Good afternoon, Janet here and
Shannon.
And we are popping on here today to go over Sun Salutations. So this is an introduction to Sun Salutations. And the reason we're bringing this to you is because we have a Sun Salutations for the spring class for spring next Saturday that Shannon will be teaching. And some of our members have talked about how, getting kind of a preview into what to expect in the class. And since it's been a while since we've had a Sun Salutations class, this is sort of a preview for some, but also a review for the rest of you. So when it comes to Sun Salutations, just a few things. When you're in the class and we're doing them repetitiously, we're going to be cueing your breath. Inhale, exhale. But just know that if you need to focus on the movements, as long as you're keeping your breath moving continuously, that's what's important, right? So if you're in the stage where you're still working on the postures and the movements of your body, it's more important that you are concentrating on the movements than focusing on, am I breathing correctly when they cue me, okay? Because the breathing will come later when you've mastered you feel comfortable with the movements. So that, and then also when you're in class, if you ever need to rest in child's pose, rest in child's pose. So if you need to skip a Sun Salutation or 2 or 3 or 4, that's what child's pose is for. Always feel free to take that break. So I'm going to talk Shannon through the least amount of dynamic movement. So the first one is if you had if forward folding posed a challenge, and perhaps getting up and down posed a challenge. So this is the first one. There are 2 variations using the chair. So I'll go through the first and the second, and then we can talk about them if necessary. So the first variation of the least dynamic movement is not going to require a forward fold, and it is not going to require a push-up or chaturanga. It's going to look like this. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stepping the left foot back, stepping the right foot back. Inhale. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping the left foot forward, stepping the right foot forward, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Slowly reaching up, inhaling. Exhale, arms down. So if you notice, there was no folding, even though I was cueing it, right? So in the class with Sun Salutations, the teacher may be cueing it, but you're still not doing it, okay? So we'll do that one more time. She's going to stand with the chair, and no matter what I'm saying, she is not forward folding. She's staying in a halfway lift, and she is not going into a lowering down point. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. Inhaling. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, child's pose or down dog. Bend the knees, gaze forward. Inhale. On your exhale, hop or step to the top. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then slowly rising, palms to heart center. So if you see, there are a lot of things I'm cueing that she is opting out of for whatever reason. Somebody might opt out of doing them. It's your practice, okay? So that's the one with that's the variation that offers the least dynamic movement that you could do this. Now, we will get to specific contraindications, for example, knees and wrists at the end of this video. So if you looked at that and thought my knees are going to bother you, we'll have an anecdote for that towards the end. But now the next one is without a chair. This requires a little bit more dynamic movement, but it is still something that doesn't require it doesn't put a ton of pressure on the shoulder girdle or your wrists, and hopefully you could find some variation of it that fits your unique position that you're in today. So this variation, there is not going to be a held plank still. There's not going to be a chaturanga. There is going to be a halfway lift, and there's going to be stepping forward, not jumping forward. So I'm going to cue like I would cue. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hop or step back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose. Inhaling on the exhale, hop or step to the top of the mat. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then slowly rising up, palms to heart center, coming down. So if you notice, she stepped back one leg at a time, and then when she came into, this is the tricky part. So if you want to go back into modified plank, this is the tricky part, right? So you don't have to do a full-blown plank. If she was doing a full-blown plank, it would look like this. Toes tucked under, knees up. You don't have to do that. Knees come down, but her body is still lined so that her core is pulling, her core is pulling in, as in her belly's not just hanging down, she's arching her back, and she's also not lifting everything up really high, which if you were in a tabletop position, so if you want to come to a table, that's okay too, right? So that's okay. If modified plank is not even in your wheelhouse, this is an okay position to be. And so she comes into a modified plank, and the lowering down part, she's bending her elbows, lowering down, voila. The cobra lightly pushing into her hands, rolling the shoulders up and back, opening up, doesn't have to be a high back bend, and then pushing back into child's pose before staying there or going into downward facing dog. Thank you, that was nice. And the last one we'll give is the most dynamic, right? So if you are feeling great after maybe doing a few of the other ones and you wanted to progress, you could do a more dynamic sun salutation. Sweeping the arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hop or step back. Inhaling. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Bending the knees, gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, hop or step. Fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. And then slowly roll it up. Palms to heart center. Better her than me doing these right now because that is challenging. You do a few of those and you will feel it. Okay, so two specific contraindications that really I feel prevent people from wanting to participate in sun salutations are the wrists, having to have your wrists in extension, and then also people talking about their knees getting up and down. So what you can do is you can place the blocks in front of you. I have found that using blocks is a really nice cushion for the wrists. So when she comes up, the student comes up inhaling, exhale folding, placing the hands on the blocks, inhale halfway lift, exhale fold, stepping the left foot back, knee comes down, right foot comes back, knee down. Now the base is on the blocks, and this can be a lot softer for the joint. She can even let her fingers hold over the top of the block if she wants to. I've done that. So now your fingers are not, it's even less extension for the wrists. So, and then lowering down, it's the same thing. You can lower down here. You're doing cobra, up, and back down, and voila. Yep, and then you could finish out your flow like that. If even that is a little too much for your wrists, I would definitely go, you could always go with the first one variation, which included the chair. For knee people, if you have a difficult time getting up and down, Sun Salutations can really provide a little bit of a challenge. So whether you have bolsters or some other type of cushion, excuse me, I'm going to step off. Whether you have bolsters or another type of cushion, you can lower your knees down onto that cushion. So if Shannon's here, she might only even need one, but we'll see. So Shannon's here, and she folds over. She's got her hands, inhale, exhale, fold, lifting. She can lower down to the bolster with her knees. Yeah. So some people that have a difficult time getting up and down can move through using the bolster. And then, of course, playing with the distance. So the chair was a little bit far. So if you only needed one bolster, not two, that might be something that works. So, and then of course, you can hold positions while you wait for the rest of the class to cycle through something before you rejoin with the halfway lift and then coming back up. Yep, exactly. So I hope that you have found this to be more confidence building, that you could participate in our Sun Salutations for the Spring class with Shannon. She's going to be teaching. And then, of course, any other Sun Salutation classes that pop up, because we do have them pretty quarterly. We do Sun Salutations in almost every class, but this one is specific where we're just going to be repetitively moving through them. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day.